Well, hello, my lovelies. It's 11 o'clock, and that can only mean it's time for Thursday Night Live, darlings. Thursday Night Live, yes, indeed. A very warm, wibbly, wobbly, willy waving welcome to the Thursday Night Shenanigans. And it is, of course, let us not forget. I've got the microphone on, haven't I? Yes, I have. Thank goodness for that. It is, of course, Mad Thursday. Thursday night, anything goes. Bring whatever you like to the table, which I've polished today. I've cleaned and polished this entire table. It's a big table, a lot of work. Oh, yeah. Well, I did. Just thought, oh, what's that? That wasn't there. Oh, there you go. That'll polish out. So, yeah, Mad Thursday, darlings. Let's go for it. Let's have a bit of fun. Who's here? Lord Stiff Upper Lip is here and says, hey, dudes. Jimmy Quinn, the lovely Jimbo. Hello, mate. Good evening, all. Trace is here. Hello, my lovely evening, all, says Trace. Andrew Buttygig is right in our midst. Oh, yeah. Well, not half. Oh, cheers. Your very good health. Gosh, that's very nice indeed. Andrew Buttygig, Ivor Spotty Butty is here. A very good evening, Boaty, and everyone. Peter P. Peter P is with us, says good evening. Jimmy, our Jimmy Quinn, is watching The Tattooist of Auschwitz. A true story, he adds. The M11 is right in our midst and says a big hello, not just any old hello, a big hello. A big hello to Boaty's Livestream community people, otherwise known as the Bogs. Hope this day has treated you all well. That's nice. And good golly, Boaty, the M11 goes on. You're looking particularly palatable tonight. Please may I order you for my supper? Or at least give me a sizable portion to nibble on. God. Oh dear, oh dear. You know what, M11? I'd be a terrible disappointment to you. I really would. But there you go. Why change the habit of a lifetime? I've gone through life disappointing people. Sophie is here, the lovely Sophie. Hi, Boaty. How are you? And hello all. Teacup water, Glim asks Andrew. No, proper beeswax polish, mate. I flanneled it off first. Bad Books is here. Good evening, all. Chaz Brown. Good evening, Boaty. Are those candles on the wonk? Something's on the wonk, but it's not the candles. The candles are pretty much perfect. It's a weird thing. I mean, you've got to remember that the whole cottage is on the wonk, but I've never been able to get the candles to line up on camera. No, just didn't do it. Now that's right. So that's you. You are unwonked. The candles are. Yep, the candles aren't wonked. Oh, I mean, if you were to come here, darlings, then you would just realize very quickly that nothing makes sense in this centuries-old cottage. Everything is on the wonk, and you just have to live with it. Must be the camera angle. Maybe it's okay, says Jazz. Boaty's Bugs, the very informative lavatory facilities reviews. Different bugs, Peter P. You lot are Boaty's old gals and geezers. So different bugs. You're bugs with a double G. Boaty's Bugs, the informative lavatory review series. That's just the one G. It's a matter of perspective, says Ivor Spotty Botty very wisely. My food today, says Trace. Here we go. Here we go. A full English for lunch and 2 hard-boiled eggs for dinner. 4 hard-boiled eggs. And the M11 says, blimey, Trace, you must be well bunged up. Egg-bound, I would imagine. So, your full English trace, can you take us by the hand and walk us through it? Because everybody's got a different opinion on a full English, haven't they? So, let us know what your full English was. Oh, and did you cook it yourself? Was it cooked for you, or did you dine out at some wonderful eating establishment? Peter P had a very tasty smoked salmon salad. I had, God, I've forgotten what I had for lunch. What did I have for lunch? I put it on Facebook, for God's sake. Oh, oh yeah, that's right. That's right. I made some potato wedges with kind of an Italian themed seasoning, and I had some tandoori chicken that cooked last night at the restaurant, and I had some salad with some of my lovely vinaigrette. I love my vinaigrette. Brilliant. One of the best things, right? If you don't make this or something like it, you should, right? That's it. I bought these. I've got two of these little containers. Bought them from Saint Bob's a while ago, just so I had something to decant my vinaigrette into. And it's ever so simple, but it makes a salad really, really lovely. All you've got in there, darlings, is olive oil, white wine, Italian herbs, and I won't lie, they were just the, what's it called, Schwartz or whatever. They're Italian herbs, which is a mix of, it just saves you mixing them up yourself. Dijon mustard, garlic, a really nice vinaigrette or salad dressing is so simple to make yourself. And I mean, salad is a joy anyway. Well, I think it is. All right, feature number 3. Do you like salad? I love salad. I genuinely love it. And, there are times where it's very appropriate to dress your salad with a nice vinaigrette. Or, if you were having an old school ham sandwich, then maybe you'd have old school salad cream out of a glass bottle. Thank you very much. None of this squeezy plastic crap. No, I won't allow it. Not in this house. Or even naked salad with a kebab. Why not? David Fisher is here. Hello, David. Hi, Boaty. Hope you had a great day. Oh, dear. I've had a bad day. Been changing airbags all damn day. Oh, well, that doesn't sound like fun. Sorry you've had a bad day, mate, but we'll cheer you up. We'll tickle you until you wet yourself. Pour yourself a glass of splosh and strap in for the next 51 minutes. The ladies will cheer. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Ladies, David Fisher needs cheering up. Right, here we go. Tracy's going to lead us through her breakfast. Her full English that she had for lunch. Right. 2 sausages, 2 bacon, 2 eggs, double mushrooms, grilled tomato, toast, cappuccino. Dined out, reward to myself for a rather sizable weekly weight loss and milestone award. Well, congratulations on your milestone award and rather sizable weekly weight loss, Trace. Well done, you. Where were the beans? What's missing on the... Right, so no beans. That's an omission. No fried bread. No potatoes of any sort. I quite like a sauté potato with a full English. I like salad. Oh, HW100 says, what is your salad dressing recipe? Well, I just gave it to you. Olive oil, white wine, garlic, Dijon mustard, Italian herbs, and whatever else you fancy banging in there, really. I mean, it's dead simple. It's yeah, it really is dead simple. I mean, all a salad dressing is a good oil with that's contaminated with some bits and pieces. Use an infused oil if you like. You know, I'm a massive fan of infusing my olive oils with basil or with chili or with garlic. So easy to do. So easy to do. Just get a bloody big thing of a really, really good extra virgin. Get yourself some empty bottles, or ask around friends and family. They'll give you old HP bottles or something like that. They need to be glass, really. And then just decant your olive oil into them. And whatever you want to infuse them with, just bang it in there. So, garlic cloves, basil, chilies. You can put some chilies in there. Then just put them in put them in a dark place. Leave them for, I don't know, however long you want to leave them, 6 months, whatever, something like that. And they will just infuse, and the oil then will have a really nice infusion within it. And with the old salad dressings, same thing. Get some empty bottles. Now, I bought these from Sainsbury's because I thought I could just, I mean, these are a vinegar or oil thing, really. And I thought that I could just decant it through the hole in the top. But it's too nice. So I just take the top off and splodge it all over. But yeah, get a couple of bottles, make your own salad dressing. God knows, you don't need any culinary talent to do it. And, salad dressing isn't expensive, is it? So you're not going to save a shed load of money by making your own, but you can make it to your own taste. That's the thing, isn't it? You can give it a bit of kick. You can do whatever you like with it. It's your dressing. That's the point. Don't be afraid to try and make your own version of things. Like last night, was it last night? It was, wasn't it? Last night, I made my Chinese chicken curry, right? My version of, the crap Chinese curry that you get from your local restaurant stroke takeaway. I'm sure you've all tried it. It's about as authentically Chinese as my right testicle, but nonetheless, it's quite a pleasant thing. But so much better when you do your own, darlings. You go down to your Chinese and you'll get some insipid bits of chicken with a modicum of onion and some nasty green peas in a kind of insipid curry sauce. Make your own. You can make it banging. My Chinese chicken curry. I put a Facebook on picture today. I put a picture on Facebook. Yeah, and mine is banging. I make it with chuchao chili oil. I put a load of white pepper in there. I love the fiery kick of white pepper in certain dishes. Doesn't suit everything, but it was made for Chinese chicken curry. I don't put the peas in, obviously, because peas are nasty, spiteful little green bastards. I use loads of chunky onion, and I don't overcook it, so it's still got a bit of bite. It's still a bit al fresco. Oh yeah, I like my onion al fresco, and it's brilliant. Just fry some rice. Fried rice is so stupidly simple. Stupidly simple. Just cooked rice, cold. Make sure it's cold. And fry it with whatever you want. I fried mine with garlic and ginger paste last night. It was jolly nice. Oh, and for your curry, so easy, right? Chinese restaurants and takeaways, they just use a paste. They use a curry paste. Now, I've been making this myself for probably 30 years, 25 years anyway. And I used to have to go to Wing Yip in Birmingham or Manchester to get the curry paste, but you can get it anywhere now. Any of the supermarkets, there's a number of them about. Don't buy the jars of the actual sauce. That works out too expensive. But this is the one I'm using at the moment, and it's really good. There you go. Dead easy. Works out really economical. There's two versions, one hotter than the other. Ironically, although I love hot food, I prefer the normal one that I spice up myself with the chucha chili and the white pepper. But yeah, this is brilliant. You get it off the shelf, Tesco, Sainsbury's, anywhere. I went online to look for a comparison picture today. Had a look at an online Chinese takeaway menu. £7.20. £7.20, and that's not including rice. Right? How much does that cost to make yourself? I mean, it's not even going to be a quid, is it? It's not even going to be a quid, and probably only just over a quid when you include the rice as well. So, you know, it's one of my staples that you make it yourself. You know what's going in there. You can make it healthy, and you can make it to your own taste, and saves a fortune. Why would you pay £7.20 for a portion of something bloody awful when you can knock up something so much better for a fraction of the cost yourself? I mean, it's literally a 5-minute dish to make. Literally. Just fry off your chicken and your onions. Bang in the doings. Add water. Add your, if you're going to spice it up, add that, whatever you want to do, and then just stir fry some rice for 2 minutes in whatever you want to fry it in. If you want to do your own egg fried rice, then just break an egg into it. God almighty, it's not. None of it is rocket science, darlings. You don't actually need to be able to cook to do something like that. Anyway. Right, so the M11 likes salad and is partial to a pickle or two with it. What do you mean by a pickle? A pickle? Well, which pickle? Which pickle, M11, tickles your pickle? I'm very fond of guindilla peppers. I don't know if that counts as a pickle, does it? Well, yeah, it does. They are pickled. I'm quite the fan of these chaps. Very fond of those. I also like a pickled onion. Oh, and pickled onion flavour Monster Munch, obviously, as we covered extensively last night. Jalapenos, gotta love a jalapeno. Oh, I think I'm out of jalapenos. I need to get some of those. I did myself a bacon sandwich this morning, says Sophie. I had a pot noodle curry. I had a pot noodle curry one for lunch, and had Nando's chicken and rice for dinner, presumably. Good evening, Boaty. Hope you're well, says Chris Bowen. And thank you, Chris, and hope you're doing okay too. Tracy, says M11, that is 6 eggs in one day. You'll never produce a turd again. Can't always eat baked beans, says Trace. Sometimes they give me acid. They didn't offer sauté potatoes, just deep fried hash browns. Oh, they're awful. They're awful, aren't they? Oh yeah. Those awful deep fried. Oh God, hash browns. They shouldn't be allowed to be called hash browns. Hashed brown potatoes proper hashed brown potatoes are an amazing thing. I used to make them all the time for the family. And they're, you know, those awful triangular, frozen, deep fried atrocities, they're nothing to do with hashed brown potatoes. Nothing whatsoever. And they are absolutely foul. So I don't blame you for swerving those, Grace. Also, I love me fried bread, but again, reflux. Well, I mean, I couldn't eat your traditional fried bread anymore, you know, bread fried in dripping or bacon fat or whatever it is. But what I do love with a breakfast is a kind of healthy stroke posh version of fried bread, where you get some really good artisan bread and you just drizzle it, drizzle it with some really good olive oil. If you're feeling fruity, then before you drizzle the oil, then just rub it with a naked clove of garlic, drizzle it with the oil, and then just grill it. So, you know, that's a bit healthier. And oh my God, it's so bloody tasty, isn't it? And that's also another little hint for you, as well as potentially being part of a full Italian English. That's also the basis for making bruschetta, which I reckon bruschetta is one of my go-to starters if I'm hosting a dinner party, which I haven't done for a while. Used to do it all the time when I was married. Two or three times a week normally we'd host dinner parties. We had this amazing dining table. Anyway, and bruschetta, I love to serve bruschetta. Bruschetta is one of those things that is so simple, and yet when done right, it's one of the most amazing things that you can. So simple, and yet so bloody amazing. And I haven't had that for ages either. Oh God! And I haven't had spaghetti bolognese for ages, and I'm a fan of spag bol. Now I know that it's about as Italian as my armpit. I know that you can't get spaghetti bolognese in. Apologies. I know you can't get spaghetti bolognese in any actual Italian restaurant. Well, not in Italy anyway. It's like chicken tikka masala. It's a dish that was made in, I think it originated in Germany, in Hamburg. But it's one of those dishes that are actually nothing to do with the cuisine that it purports to come from. There's no such thing as spaghetti bolognese in Italian cooking. For a start, it's not bolognese, it's ragu. But there we are. But I'm still a bloody fan of it, and I haven't had that for ages. So on my list are a full English, spaghetti bolognese, and some bruschetta. I haven't had bruschetta for ages. Oh God, bruschetta so easy, so simple. All you need is really good ciabatta bread, really good olive oil, tomatoes that you need to de-skin. And if you don't know how to de-skin a tomato, dead easy. Bang them in boiling water for 30 seconds and you can peel the skin right off. Red onion, garlic, and that's pretty much it. You can fancy it up with some other things if you want to, but that is your basis of your bruschetta. And it's wonderful. I mean, I like to add chili, really, really finely chopped fresh green chili, and bang that into it. Give it a bit of bite. And oh, what a starter! What a starter! And works really well for dinner parties as well because it can be prepared easily in advance, and you'll impress everybody. Honestly, a good bruschetta is a beautiful starter. Even the most sophisticated palate would thank you for it. Where did we get to? Oh, and Trey says, eggs don't affect me like that. M11. So there you are. That's you told. Sorry, I'm not much of a chef, says HW100. But is what you described a vinaigrette? Yeah, it is. Ed Usher is with us. Oi, oi, boating and all of your lovely creatures. Peas equal vomit, says the M11. Trace agrees with that. Peas are the devil's kidney stones, she says, and rightly so. Have you tried mushy peas, Emma? Asked Jimmy F500. Ugh, Jimmy, is the reply. They're even worse. Mushy peas I can handle, says Trace, but they need seasoning and a bit of vinegar. Rice Boaty needs to be warm, not cold, says Sophie. Not when you fry it, darling. It needs to be cold from the fridge. Don't stir fry warm rice. If you're making fried rice, use cooked rice that has been fully and completely chilled before you stir fry it. Pea soup, says Peter P. Oh, Neil is here. Hello. Hello all. How are we? Hello, Neil. Oh, we miss you when you're not here, big boy. How's things, darling? I was thinking about you earlier today. I will look for it, says Sherry. Gotta be me, our lovely friend Sherry from across the old Heading Pond. I'm wondering what the ingredients are because I might not find one called Chinese curry paste. Ah, well, in the good old United States of confusion, all bets are off, aren't they? Bad spelling, you twerp, says Jimmy F500. So what's the recipe for making it yourself? Asked Gotta Be Me. Not a clue. Not a clue. I'm not sure if anybody does. Well, presumably the people who make the paste do. But as far as I'm aware, everybody, including, restaurants and takeaways, everybody just uses a paste or a powder. I wouldn't have a clue. I wouldn't know where to begin to make it myself. I'm sure it's possible, but I'm quite a fan. Now, to explain, I'm a fan of cheating wherever possible. In most things, not relationships, never done that. But in most other things, I'm a big fan of cheating. Now, I might sound like a bit of a foodie, and I am. In fact, I'm a lot of a foodie, but I can't cook. I believe me, I am no cook. So when I had the misfortune to be taken poor, so I could no longer afford to have people who can cook make all of my food for me, and I could certainly not afford to go to my beautiful Michelin-starred restaurants or anything like that. I had to learn how to feed myself, and a lot of that I will look for a shortcut wherever there is one. Delia Smith agrees with me on this. She says that, or she said, probably still says it, that if you can buy at a reasonable price something that tastes as good as something that you made yourself, if you knew how to do it, and would cost a lot and take an awful lot of time, buy the ready-made one. You might as well. And I'm a big fan of that. I'm a big fan of cheats. I'm a big fan of cheaty dishes, like the Chinese chicken curry. So I will always look for a shortcut or a cheat wherever I can find one. And what you might find then is that you can, just as you do with a recipe, then even with a cheat ingredient, you can tweak it to your own taste. So you can develop it or whatever. And that's what I do with a lot of my food. I mean, noodles. You've seen I'm always cooking noodles. Well, get a packet of ready-made, ready-done noodles like that. They'll come with a spice mix, saves you putting the spice mix together yourself. You'd probably, if they're decent noodles, you'd probably end up using the same thing yourself and just add your own ingredients. So I'm probably going to make these tomorrow. I'm probably going to have these for lunch tomorrow. And I will just add, I will add some meat. I will add spring onion. I will add brown onion. I'll add some extra spice in the form of my beloved Chu Chow chili, all of that sort of thing, and just, you know, personalize them a bit. But yeah, definitely cheat wherever you can. That's my motto. This must be an English thing, says Andrew Buttigieg. Chinese curry takeaway. I'm sure the Chinese restaurants here don't do curry as far as I know. I'm pretty sure it is a UK thing. It's another one of those dishes that was developed for the poxy UK palate as it used to be back in the 1970s or 80s. And it's certainly something that I remember as a kid. And I just remember thinking, well, this is quite nice actually with some fried rice. It's a nuisance that I've got to throw the peas away, pick them out, and I wish there was more onion. So, you know, you just make your own version. Put it this way. Anything that is sold in a takeaway and is delivered and is, you know, if you go into a takeaway and order it, and they get it to you within 5 minutes or at the most 10 minutes, how difficult can it be to make? Honestly, it's like chow mein. Chow mein literally just means fried noodles. That's what chow mein means. Okay, fried noodles. So if you actually look at how to, and they'll want to charge you, bless them, and quite rightly, everybody's got to make a living. But how much are you going to pay for chow mein? £6, £7, maybe even £8. And do you know what's involved in making chow mein? Right, now, when I make chow mein, and I make a lot of it, then there's quite a bit more involved, admittedly. But if you wanted to make the chow mein that you get from a Chinese takeaway in the UK, right? Noodles, onion, bean sprouts, okay? And then, seriously, 3 ingredients, well, okay, a bit of oil, and then just 3 ingredients: light soy, dark soy, oyster sauce. That is it. That is it. That's all that goes into a classic chow mein. Come on, you can do that. You might balls it up the first few times and get the mixture of the soys wrong. For those who don't know, light soy sauce, and if you wondered why there's 2, light soy sauce is used for flavor, okay? Dark soy is used for coloring. It's like gravy browning. It's got no great taste to it. And then most of the taste will come from oyster sauce. And that's all a chow mein is. You can knock that up easily for about 85p. And you can make it again to your own taste. So easy to do. Sophie says, I did have one, the curry one or gravy. I can't remember. Okay. Oh, and Sherry is congratulating Trace on the weight loss and asks what system are you using? HW100 says, have you done a Windy Bottom tour video? Not yet, but I am going to. I know you've seen bits of the cottage, but I don't think I've ever done a full tour. So I was thinking that, because I'm too poor to go to Wales to make another video, I was thinking I might do a video telling the story of Windy Bottom. I've got photographs and whatnot from and Facebook posts from when I moved in. And I was thinking it might make a decent video to tell the story behind how I ended up here at Windy Bum, because there is a bit of a story. And, you know, spoiler alert, I didn't want to be here. I got talked into being here by my friends. So yeah, I could tell that story, show it how it's been developed. I've got loads of photos of the garden makeover when we threw 20,000 quid at the garden to get that looking nice. You know, I can show you the trees where that I miss so much, and I can give you a tour of Windy Bum as it is now, and maybe the village as a whole. I mean, it does seem a bit weird that we've been together all this time and I haven't given you a proper tour of my home. I know you've seen bits and pieces, but yeah, I would like to do that. I would like to introduce you to the whole thing, including my bathroom, which looks like a 1970s hospital bathroom. But yeah, we will do that. Thank you, Sherry, says Trace. I go to Slimming World. Pickled cabbage, says the M11. Or pickled beetroot. I love both of those. Or pickled pink slaw. I love that too. Or pickled onion. Yeah, I love that. They really perk up a salad. My dentist tells me off about my pickles, though. Oh, well, bugger them. Sherry says, I've been wanting to get pickled onion slices, and one day I will make them myself. Yeah, pickled onions are easy. Get your onions, the type of your choice. Put them in pickling vinegar, leave them in a dark place for 10 years. And if you want to make them a bit more interesting, spice them up a bit. Throw some chilies in the vinegar, something like that. Oh, wonderful. Well, we're not having a Mad Thursday, we're having a Food Thursday, aren't we? All this talk about food. I am really, really looking forward to my supper tonight, darlings. Really looking forward to it. Ed says, I've had a jolly to the local, as it's Thursday, to meet up with old friends. John Horn and Mr. Quail the Devil. The old bag Barbara has retired. I'm glad you've had a good night with chums, Ed. To her, all right, our daughter's in London, and Angela is swiftly. God Almighty. God Almighty, I want your life, Ed. I want your life with the old bag Barbara and Angela, the housekeeper, and you're sitting naked in your wingback armchair and headed down to the local with your old pals. Oh, it's a lovely picture you paint us. Spag bol is a staple in our house, says the M11. Nothing wrong with spag bol, except it's not an authentic Italian dish. But, sometimes that doesn't matter. Now, okay, I'm a curry snob because I work in that field. But I will be honest, I love a good spaghetti bolognese. Even though I've got massive Italian connections, even though I would never serve it to any of my Italian friends, of course. And but nonetheless, I accept it for what it is, and I love it. And I haven't had it for ages, and now I want to make it. Honestly, I can't remember when I last had spaghetti bolognese. And it's a fantastic thing. I mean, spaghetti is just a fantastic thing, isn't it? Beautiful, perfectly al fresco spaghetti with really good olive oil, black pepper, and just tomato ragu. That's good enough on its own. I love spaghetti bolognese, says Sophie. Sherry just got delivered a bag of Oh, crostini from Walmart. I think that's part of bruschetta, right? Well, it can be. It can be, Sherry. It depends how you want to make it. Ciabatta would be arguably more normal, but it doesn't matter. You can use any kind of bread that you like, really. The bread isn't the bread kind of isn't the most important part. The important part is what you wallop on the bread. And that can be individualized, but as long as it involves well, for example, traditional bruschetta, you would be told that you rub the garlic on the bread. Well, I do that, but I add garlic into the mix as well. Very, 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 very finely diced garlic with red onion, skinned tomato, as I've said. I like to whack some green chili in there. Make sure that it's good and cold. Oh, and for those who don't know, you just make the mixture in advance, chill it, so you're in the fridge with it, and then when you're ready to serve your starter, then you've got your sliced bread, whatever bread you choose. You drizzle it with the olive oil, rub it with the garlic, whatever you want to do. Slap that under the grill, and then pop it out of the grill. Pop the topping onto it. You want to be using bread that's like that size. So you're talking about one mouthful, two mouthfuls maximum, and just serve those dead easy and a fantastic starter. Spag bowl for the win, says Ivor Spotty Botty. Definitely, says Sophie. Oh, hello. Mustard's here. Hello, Froggies. You're the one who fucked your uncle, Uncle Fucker. You're an Uncle Fucker, I must say. You fucked your uncle yesterday. Hello, Mustard. Denise 7 is with us and says, I prefer lasagna to spag bowl myself. I don't, because lasagna involves, as I understand it, an inherent degree of cheese, and cheese is for the weak. I'm a big fan of spag bowl. But each to their own, as the old lady said when she kissed the cow. How many cars do you own? Asks UK Rail TV. Is that aimed at me or at Mustard, who had just popped up when he said that? How many cars do I own? I don't know. Is the honest answer to that? Hold on. Oh God. I think I own. I think I own about 5 or 6 or something like that, and then I kind of have part ownership in some others with the with Captain Mustard and the Unknown Banker. I don't know. It's easy to lose track of these things, but hopefully I will very soon be owning some less because I'm trying to sell some. So that I don't go to prison for non-payment of council tax. I don't think I'd enjoy prison. I mean, it wouldn't be as bad now as when I was younger and really, really pretty. But I still don't think I'd enjoy it very much. So I'm quite keen to try and stay out of it. I've been thinking about cars a lot today. I've kind of been thinking about, how do I refine? How do I refine the fleet to make it perfect? Not the perfect dream fleet, but the perfect refinement of the fleet that I've got at the moment. And I kind of thought that I should have that what would make sense would be to just have 5: 25, 45, 75, which is actually obviously the ZT190, Land Rover, and MGTF. So that, yeah, that would be a good core, wouldn't it? Probably still too many, but then there is the Rover 600. Dear old Windsor Davis, which I just love so much. So I would be quite amenable to swapping the 45 for Windsor Davis in my personal fleet. Now, Windsor Davis is up for sale. I have advertised it. I advertised it today, or no, yesterday. Yesterday I advertised him. But I'm seriously thinking that I should let the universe decide whether my personal mid-sized saloon should be the ex-Joseph Lloyd Rover 45 V6 Connoisseur or the Rover 623 GSI. So I thought maybe I should advertise them both and see which one sells first. And maybe, so that way the universe makes a decision, not me. And the universe probably knows what it's doing a bit better than I do. So the 623 is advertised. So I think I might pop the 45 up for sale tomorrow as well and just see which one sells first. And whichever one sells, I'll keep the other one. I love lasagna with chunky chips and peas, says Jimmy at 500. Oh my God, mushy peas, says Sophie, who's being sick. Thinking about me, says Neil. I hope it wasn't anything untoward. Not at all. Mum used to make an awesome lasagna, says Andrew Buttigieg. Welcome to Cooking with Clive. Yes, says John Moretti. Pub lasagna is the best, with frozen chips and peas. I'm having it 4 times this week. Oh, God. Says Ed. Cookery Smith was a sort in her day. Oh, that's Delia, yeah. In fact, she's still got it. I would give my right arm to lick her bowl out. The minx, dear. This is all making me very hungry, says the M11. Andrew says, Boaty talking about food, hungry. Boaty talking about pottering, ... Pickled onion, yuck, says Jimmy at 500. Simone is here. Simone, hooked on classics. Hello, Simone. Oh, you're one of our favourite people. You know that, don't you? It's lovely of you to join us. And people are showing you the love there. And, Simone does like spag bol. Well, that's good to know. I won't be able to join tomorrow evening, says Simone, going on. I have to be awake for 5:30 on Saturday morning. God, is it Friday tomorrow? Right. Going to Brooklands for the weekend. That sounds really exciting. Hope you have a fabulous time. Oh, there's another thing that's been rattling through my mind today. This is going to sound mad and counterintuitive, and I've already agreed to one night with Neil and Sophie, but I've got this mad urge to do some camping. This mad urge to actually do it when the weather is a little bit warmer. I know I'm going to hate it. I know it's going to be a disaster. I just want to do it before I get too old. I've only been camping twice in my life, and I hated it both times. But one time I was a child and an athlete, and the other time I was in my late teens and an athlete. I want to try camping with alcohol because I watched the Blot Outdoors show, and it seems pretty clear that the answer to successful camping is excessive alcohol intake. And I really fancy that. I really want to have a go at it. When I get the odd couple of minutes spare, I'm looking at tents on Marketplace. I don't know. I've just got this mad urge to bugger off in the Land Rover. I want to start the Land Rover lunches up again and start cooking outside in some really beautiful spots in and around the Peak District. And I've got all of the gear to do that. So there's nothing stopping me doing that. As soon as the weather gets well, then, I'm happy to go out every day and do a Land Rover lunch, go out and cook something outside somewhere in the middle of nowhere. And I was thinking about that today and thinking I should start planning some things. But then I'm thinking I want to carry that through, and I want to actually do an overnight camp somewhere. And I want to film it, and I want to do a live stream, and I want to get drunk in a tent, and do the late night, midnight cook like Block does. Cooking in a tent that when he's so drunk he can hardly speak. I want a bit of that in my life. And let's face it, I'm of an age where I'm very much in God's waiting room. So if I want to do it, I should just do it now before it gets too late. So yeah, I'm just thinking about stalking the old Facebook marketplace when a couple of quid comes my way, and getting some cheap camping setup and just fuck off out there one Monday night and do it. Have a laugh. I'll probably have a dreadful night, but you lot will enjoy that, and it might get me some views on YouTube. But have a lovely weekend, Simone. I'm really glad that you're heading to Brooklands. Not somewhere I don't recall having. Oh, I think I did go once, but yeah, I'm not terribly familiar with it, and I'm jealous. I would love to go. Live streams from prison would be interesting, says the M11. God, can you imagine? How would Boaty smuggle a phone in? Asked Baddy Scratter. Apparently, it's easily done. Mike Tyson always had a phone in prison. Cheese makes you rusty at the knee, says Mustard. Well, there you are, you see. Sherry says, I got a lot of comments in too late, and you closed out before you saw them a couple of days ago. But let me ask you let me ask you freshly, will I be able to find your cars on the marketplace listing? I would love a home tour. Yeah, on Facebook Marketplace, I've currently got two. Yeah, I've currently got 2 cars listed, and there will be more tomorrow, and the home tour will be coming up. Hi, says Barry Scrotter. I love spaghetti too, with grated mature cheddar on top. Do I like pickles? Yes, all of them. I would visit you in prison, says the M11, and smuggle a phone inside a cape. But would you do what the ladies who used to visit Mike Tyson in prison would do? I don't know how he got away with that. I really don't. Keep the 623, says Neil. The best retro cars. You can still drive them relatively pain-free, and they're happy to do the miles. I do love it. Sherry is asking Jimmy F500 what chunky chips are. Right, okay. You got to remember that chips in America are what we call crisps. So chunky chips, Sherry, are fries, but not fries. Like fries that are 30 times the size of fries. Big, chunky, chipped potatoes. And Peter P quite rightly says, M11, you need to smuggle him in his Tassimo. Oh, God, I can't imagine life without the Tassimo. Oh, dear. Where would I hide the Tassimo? Asked the M11. Bigger cake, says Peter P. Boaty being camp, says Simone. Trey says, I wanted you to get the top box thing for the Freelander. that you can sleep in. That would have been hilarious. Have you seen how expensive they are? I would love one. I would love one, a rooftop tent. I would love one, but they're so expensive, and I'd never blag one of those from a company. No, the idea is to get. The idea would be to go back to the original idea to get a roof box for the Freelander, that I could put the tent in and all of the get. I really, really want to do it. I want to just throw myself out of my comfort zone one last time. And I watch all the videos, mostly Blot, but others as well. And I really want to do it. I really want to have a go. I really, really do. It'll be hilarious. I'll be crap at it. I won't be able to put the tent up properly. And I'll probably set fire to it while I try and cook my supper. I'll probably piss all over my morning coffee, but it'll be such good fun. And this year, I really want to do it, as well as all of the Land Rover lunches and all of that stuff. You know, I live in a beautiful part of the world. And if I'm going to go to prison for not paying council tax, I might as well make the most of where I don't pay my council tax. I'm trying to pay it. Neil says that's what camping with me involved. If you're not drunk camping, it's not camping. Well, suits me. Camping, you couldn't pay me, says Sherry. Damp camping, drunk within tent. I can't wait. Drinks, bottles of wine. It's going to be fun, Boaty. I hate it, but I'm going to just do it. Absolutely. Bring George Roger Boaty, Jason says, give me a 500. No, I want to do the tent. I want to do the tent thing. Honestly, I love the romance of it. I love the excitement of it, but I love it in theory. And I've always known that I would hate it in reality, but now I want to try it. I want to do my own version of a Blot Outdoors video. I want to go somewhere beautiful in the Peak District or the Lake District or somewhere. I want to set my tent up in some amazingly scenic spot. I want to drink in nature. I want to be part of the elements. And then I want to get really, really, really drunk and make some crap food at 1 o'clock in the morning while doing a live stream. And then be really hungover trying to put a tent back in a Land Rover. I just think that would be wonderful. And I so want to do it. God, look at the time. Time is marching on. Damp, windy camping, go to Cornwall, says Buddy Scrotter. No, that wouldn't be top of mind. Chunky chips are fat fries, says the M11. Oh, yeah. I probably would end up in the wrong tent. So give me a 500, hate all things skinny. I've been looking for a second-hand top tent for years, says Neil. They hold their money. They're ridiculous, aren't they, mate? Absolutely ridiculous. I think before the pandemic, you could get one quite cheaply. I think Furious Driving, Matt, I think he picked his up for a couple of £100. But you can't do it now. You're talking about £700 or £800. And, to be honest, the idea of me trying to wobble up or wobble down from the top of the car, I'm quite happy to get, I just want to do it. I want to do it at least once. At least once. I want to get out there, right out of my comfort zone, throw a tent up, a decent tent. Secondhand, obviously, but a decent one, so that I don't want to invite disaster, but I've got no idea what I'm doing. And the problem is, when I watch the Blot videos, the Blot Outdoor show, then he's drunk while he's making the video. I'm drunk while I'm watching it. So I'm thinking I must take note of the tent that he uses and the sleeping pad that he uses and the sleeping bag. But I'm always drunk and I'm just thinking, oh, well, yeah, make the food and God almighty. I really, really do want to do it though. This is the most drinking I've seen you do, says Sherry. God, it's not. I'm being quite well behaved tonight. And everybody's heading off to bed. So there we are. It is that time. It is gone midnight. So I watched someone spending the night in a Scottish bothy the other night, says Barry. I watch all of those videos. I love them. The rusty trombone will hold the tent up, says Jimmy F500. Me, Joe, and Sophie are planning on doing the NC 500 next year, says Neil. Camping and bed and breakfast and cheap caravan or top tent will be acquired. Oh, you'll have a wonderful time with that. It's definitely a midlife thing, says the M11, wanting to get out of one's comfort zone and try crazy things. And then Andrew saying good night, Jimmy saying night all, Peter P is saying night tonight, and God, it seems like we've only just started. But there we are. It is indeed time to go tonight. I'm going to go and browse some tents, I think. I really do want to do it. I really do. And but first, I'm going to get my supper on, and I'm very excited about that as well. There'll be a picture in the Facebook group tomorrow. And right, I'm going to watch your video now, Boaty, says Jimmy F500. Oh, yeah, there's a video out, isn't there? There is a oh, and I was going to talk about that. That was going to be a discussion subject, and I forgot all about it. Right, we'll do it over the next couple of days. We did a lunch video on Monday. It's quite a short one, and there's the usual waffle and crap. But there is a particular subject for discussion that I would like to open up for discussion with you guys. So watch the video and we'll discuss it at some point over the next couple of days. Okay, right, that is it, darlings. That is it. Thank you so much for your company tonight, each and every one of you. I really, really appreciate it. I wish you all a very safe and peaceful night. Warmest day of the year so far. I hope you enjoyed that. And oh gosh, right now I'll have to tell you all of that tomorrow. I banged on about food too much, didn't I? So there we are. Never mind. Lots to talk about tomorrow. So yes, there we are. Safe and peaceful night. Sleep tight. Have the best day you can tomorrow. Take great care of yourselves and those that you love and who love you. Much love to you all. And please join me again tomorrow night. Later tomorrow night, remember, Friday, 11:30, I'm afraid. If you can stay up, I'd really appreciate it. And have the best day you can tomorrow. Much love from me and a very good night. Pachu and a spaghetti bolognese. Bosh.